Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. Here we are again with another episode of Behind the Budget. In yesterday's video, you saw me close out December, and I feel like there were a few things that I did not accommodate for or remember to mention to myself or to you all before because it didn't click until later on in the evening yesterday. Like the rollover, we moved $30 in, but where did the $10 that was left in giving go? I was like, what happened to that? It still didn't equal out, but we're just gonna roll with it. I did not forget. I did, and then I remembered. So today's video, we are going to be doing another behind the budget where we're allocating out our paychecks. So we got paid, but we don't have any plan for January's money. And we're going to go ahead and make sure we change out our spreadsheet for January portion. And I'll do February and March on my own time. But we're going to change these out and we're going to figure out what gets paid. And then we're going to pay it. Prayerfully, we can get it all done in this one video. All right. So oh my gosh, from the beginning of quarter one, we were paid $15.74. Praise the Lord, our paychecks are now budgeted at $18.50. But if you can see over here, it changed. But I am going to put what we were budgeting, $18.50 and $19.25. $18.50, $19.25. We're not budgeting anything for second income. These can all go. We're not going to do anything there. Now for rollover, we did budget. I'm going back and forth between our January budget that we just did behind the budget for and figure out what we did. So we have Apple and the HVAC money to transfer over. Prayerfully not for next month, Renee. I know. I'm going to delete the note here. Is there not a note to delete? I thought there was. Delete no. Okay. And then, so 99 cents will be due the next time because we already paid that. So the 99 cents. And I believe actually when is the HVAC due? Oh my gosh, we didn't have the HVAC here. All right. So we're going to do something different then. We're going to take our quarter four budget and we're going to duplicate that because a lot of the things that we have now at the end of the month, we didn't have before. So we're going to make this, actually, we're going to go over and delete the 2026 because we don't need that. Okay. And then we're going to make this one Q1 budget for 2026. That's so funny looking back at January, how things have really changed. We have more bills on the list that we didn't have before. Pay has gone up, which is nice. I want to move that next to our January budget. Okay. So instead of hiding something, we're hiding something. Unhide C through H. Not hide them. Unhide columns. Okay. So we're going to change these to January. Oh my goodness. Slow down. All right. I hope this makes sense why I switched to the fourth quarter, only because it's more accurate towards numbers and bills that we currently have. So I just update all the little things. So delete this note out. We'll delete this note out. All right. And we'll go ahead and delete that note out. All right. So we had, I think, what did we say? 1850 and 1925. 1850, 1925 is what we're budgeting. Nothing for those, nothing for side income. And then we have rollover. We're doing the 99 cents over here, like we said. And then we're looking to see when the AC bill. So the AC system is due on the 20th, but let's put in our dates. So this paycheck is going to go from I say the 8th, but because I usually get the Thursday, but I say the Friday. So we'll go 1/9 to 0122 because I think our next check is 0123. Yeah, technically 0123 to 25. And if I lose you anywhere, let me know in the comments and I can try to explain. Okay, so these are January. I feel like looking and seeing November is kind of throwing me. So I'm going to go ahead and hide these columns so we don't have to look at them. Oh, look, there's December. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pretty much, all of these, I'm going to clear the filter or reset the filter by clicking the dropper for the fill in button and reset. I'm going to reset all the colors. Okay, so I think I reset all the colors that I want to reset at this point. I might have accidentally on reset savings. That should be orange. Okay, so everything like that is reset. Now, what I'll do is I'll make everything here 0. All of my numbers, because I want to start over. Control V to paste. I don't think these are supposed to be 0 here. And copy. And do the same thing all through my debt categories. V to paste. And all through my variables. I'll be back. I'm going to make them all 0 and I'll be back. All right. And then I'm going to 0 out my buffer. Okay. So this rollover transfer, what did I say? The 20th? I forgot to add that in. Y'all didn't tell me. I think that's going to be included in this check. So we need to put the how much is the thing? 219.30. Oh, I deleted it, but it's over here. 219.33. 1933. And now at the beginning of the year would be a good time to make sure all your numbers are the same on the side, but we're not going to do that together. Okay, so I can see that we've got our amounts that we expect to get paid and the rollovers we expect to move into our accounts. And this, now you see that it says that the total income equals the balance on both sides, meaning that I zeroed out everything. The only things I did not touch were, of course, things that had formulas in them. Let me move this up so you can see formulas in them. You can see. And then things at the bottom that have formulas. I don't touch those. They automatically. And that's how I reset for, like, if I copy and paste a new one or reset a quarter. So let's move into figuring out where everything's going. So you guys know that I originally like to split payment my mortgage because I've already paid for January mortgage. We're just paying for February mortgage or planning for it. So divided by 2, we're going to make that was 1308.26 divided by 2, 654.13. So this is how I start. And if I need to adjust over the time, then that's good. Now, this one, I do like the balance is set up here. One of my subbies told me to do that. Shout out to you a long time ago. So I've already paid the January Apple storage. I paid that back in December's billing. So we're going to put the 99 cents there. The cell phone bill, actually, I need to roll over. Oh, we need rollover. We actually do have rollover, right? Because we have the $129. As you guys will see here, the 129.03 that re-rolled, 129.03. So we need to make sure we account for that rollover. That's actually the rollover. So we actually need to go back to our January budget and already as actuals, 220.32, which is 219.33 plus 0.99 plus, that's okay, not plus. I'll make sure the number's right. Okay, and then we're adding the 129.03. Just want to make sure I'm updating as I go. Now we have cell phone. We have it as $25 due on 16th. So this is where I kind of love this sheet because I can see what date range each one is going to fall into and know what I need to pay on each particular check. So $25. Ooh, girl, $25 on that check. And it'll due on the 16th. So I don't need to put anything else double over here unless it's due on the 5th or up to the 5th. The water bill is, let's look at what the budget says, $46.21. Nice, same as the last time, $46.21. And that's on the 13th. And then car insurance is on the 14th, $173.89. And then we have electric. So now all our bills going forward, minus the gym, should be after the 5th. So we shouldn't have anything that's not due over here coming over here. I hope that makes sense. Electric is $171. The gym, we're not doing the gym this month, so we're going to skip that. The internet is $86.20. That's automatic and will come out on its own. Security system is $27.14, also automatic, and it's due on the 22nd. So this should be the last bill. You see how much bills are on the first part of my billing cycle? My first check is super bill heavy. If you're not new here, you know that. Now, security equipment is the bill we're currently trying to pay off early, the best that we can, but it's due on the 27th, which means it falls in the 123 to 25 date. So 4320 will be moved over to this section. Canva is due on the 18th. These are all out of order. I should probably take some time and put them in order. So this one will actually be due over here. More money on this check. And AC system is due over here as well because it's due on the 20th. Oh no, where are you going? Extra bill for $50. I think I paid that, y'all. I think I paid that. Let me see. Looking back at December, yeah, I knew it was coming because December, I paid the one for December in November, and then I paid the one for January already in December's billing. So perfect. So that means this one is actually going to be due on the second half. That 2-1 bill is what will be due. So $50 over here. And sticker subscription, we are going to do it this one last time. It's due on the 23rd, whatever that says, 25th. So that's going to be $30. I was slow thinking because I started thinking about something else, because this rollover amount really should be, we're going to do 99 over here. Oh, no, let's figure that out with the calculator. If the rollover amount is 129.03, and we have $30 going to subscription, so 99.03, and then $30 over here. That's not really a rollover. Yes, it is. Okay, that's part of the rollover, but I wanted to roll into this paycheck to cover the sticker subscription. Hope that made sense. And trash and sewer, it was different. So trash and sewer was actually, remember how I kept saying, oh, we're off by 10 cents? Well, trash and sewer was $16.60, y'all. $16.60. This way. So if you look here, trash and sewer, $16.60. Interesting, right? Instead of $16.50, I'm almost tempted, and I don't know if that's like a last of the year type. It's a little bit more. We're gonna do the $16.50 like normal. It's due on the 1st, so that technically was that January 2nd bill. So I've already paid it for January. So actually, I'm gonna make it $16.60 for February 1st and see if it's $16.50 or $16.60. So be on the lookout when we're off 10 cents again, y'all. We will be reconciling this credit card weekly. Another tiny experiment. But where's my little thing? It won't let me. Rude. You know how before I had a little arrow? I'm like, where's my little arrow now? Okay. So moving along down our budget, we've got Quicksilver. We don't have nothing scheduled for those. Saver One credit card. Discover. We're going to use the $150 we need to deposit into the thing. So we'll handle that later. Nothing at Home Depot, Ulta. So the car, I do the same thing. I split payment that as well. $467 divided by 2, $233.50 each week if it works. And you see my number slowly going down. And the student loan is due on the 21st. Of course, it's on this first paycheck. My goodness. All right. And then we have eating out, fun. What did we decide? So this is when I do like the monthly budget, because it kind of like I could just go back and be like, what did we decide to do for these? We decided on these numbers. So I'll just copy them into the budget and paste them. And of course, that makes the number appear negative, which we don't want. So we're going to move some of this stuff over. This is for February money. So I already have my January money that I'm using. So I don't need to have it right away. And I really love being a month ahead on variables. It really helps me out. So I'm going to move 200 over there to give us a break already. And I'm going to move 100 over there to give us a break from that and leave that. I think we can leave these like this for now. We'll see as we go along. And then we have our sinking funds. So let's go back to our sinking funds and see what we had chosen. I believe the sinking funds are in the correct order. Actually, I don't think sticker book is there. So what I'm going to do is copy this. Let me see. Can I make a duplicate of this page? And then I'm going to move. Can I get 3? I'm going to move this in here. And then this. And then this. Okay. And then I'm going to make this kind of small because I don't need all that room. And then I'm going to make this kind of small because I don't need all that room. Then I want to see not my December, but my January. Okay, my January. And then I want to see what I got going on here. Okay. Move. No. Bye-bye. Okay. You know what? I need more room. I need more room. Won't let me have more room. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me set up this page. All right. So all I'm going to do is I can see now apparel, build up all the things. I'm just going to take whatever. Stop shaking the room. Take whatever I have over here and key it. I'm going to key it over in the second column only because I have more money. Like I have 627 here. I'll probably be able to split it because I won't have $217 a buffer. We know that from doing the budget. So maybe the apparel because it only has $5. We'll go over there. 20, 10, 30, 0, 0, 60. I'll be back. I'm going to keep filling these in and I will return. All right, guys. So I filled in all of my sinking funds that I show available. Now, there's something wrong because I have way too much money. So all I'm going to do is just bring up my January monthly budget and go across the line. So, and actually, I really should be doing this with my new amount of money because we're not going to be able to spend enough time to pay these together. Where is this? So what we actually got paid, you guys, was $1838.14. So $1838.14 is less than the $1850 that we $1850 minus $1838.14, $11.80 less than we thought we were gonna get. The reason probably behind that, you guys, is because like I said, I was gonna up my 401k. I personally didn't need to do anything. My 401k ups you 1% every single year. I'd like to up a little bit more, but with looming surgery, we're gonna chill on that for now. But that is what it went down to. With the up of 1%, I believe is why the change is in that. So let's continue by going through our budgets. I ain't got no time to fool with you. Okay. All right, let's go down because something is missed or incorrect. So 1838, and I guess I can make it 1838.14 here as well while I'm doing it. And then we had rolled over the right amounts. I didn't insert any notes, but that is 213, 219, 33 for the HVAC, and 99.03 towards medical, which is really just 89.03 to medical, and it should be $10 to giving. That's what it really is. So we're off a little bit, but that's okay. And then we have a balance. This seems a little large. So we have together these two numbers, 1308.28. We have that. 99 cents is accounted for. $25 for the phone is accounted for. Make sure I'm looking at the right things. And then water is accounted for. The car insurance, oh, that was lower, $160.99. So we'll update that. Electric bill is accounted for. The gym we weren't going to do. The internet is accounted for. Security is accounted for. The security equipment is accounted for. $15 for the Canva is accounted for. $219 for the AC system. $50 extra for the $50 for the other AC guy directly. The sticker subscription, trash and sewer is accounted for, and I won't change that because we don't know exactly if that's really that. And okay, so all of the bills are accounted for technically, right? Let me select all of this here. All of it, please. 2001.99.82, 2001.99.82. Okay, and then we're going to continue down into the debt section. So this is, I'm just going to select everything and see if it's all accounted for. We have 546.84. Medical bills. So we didn't put anything in for medical bills, although we know we needed medical bills to be paid. Lucky the medical bills, I believe, are due on the 23rd and the 28th. Like the $25 due on the 28th, the 106 is due on the 23rd. So actually that extra plus 89.03 should be over here. And this should only be an additional $10 rollover. And that's going to be for the giving. Hopefully I'm not ignorant, not confusing anyone, but this is literally how it's going. So this is how I have to think about it. So technically I have something I need to pay for 106, and then I have something I have to pay for 25. Technically, we only have $131 that needs to be paid to medical, but we're going to put the full $100 that we planned for plus the 89, forget the 3 cents. So we're going to put the $100 that we planned for plus the 89, and that's what we're going to leave in medical, 189. So let's update that on this as well. We're just going to do 189. Okay. And then let's see what else we got going on. Now they should match, I think. 735.40, 84. Perfect. So these we have 520, and we have 520 sinking funds. Let's see what the sinking funds total was, and if we are matching. Sinking funds total is $477.45. That matches, and then $10 matches for Navy Federal. Okay, so this, yeah, 52.21. Okay, so this is negative, which is problematic. I don't know when that happened or why that happened. What did we move over to that category that would have made? Oh, I moved the money for the medical over there. So what I'll do is I'll move. Well, I need the $100 for household to pay that bill. So I'll move this $5 over here. I don't need the beauty right now. So I'll move the beauty over here. And I'll move this $5 over here. Most of the sinking fund is going to get moved to the next week. Good grief. Okay. And I don't know why we still have so much money over here, y'all. It doesn't make sense to me because we're only supposed to have like a $52 budget. This month right here makes sense. This does not make sense. Oh, because I didn't update this to have the 123. What was it? 129.03. Okay. Now we have a much bigger buffer because of the rollover. 181.24. Is that 181.24? It's slightly off. This buffer is giving. Do I have anything down here? No, it's giving me. Stop it. $169.28. 181.24 minus 169.28. $11.96. Why does that seem familiar? I feel like I just saw something with $11.96. Did we not? Like, I feel like something was just off by $11.96, y'all. Okay. Well, y'all, we have been here long enough, but that's basically how my behind the buffer. This is how behind the budget goes. I will just leave these here. I'm sure as we do each check, we will figure it out. Because we did behind the budget to show you how I figure out my 2 paychecks this time, I'm going to go ahead and just pay all my bills by myself, and I'll be back to do the closeout of all of these. And if I figure out where that $11 came from, I will let you know. I feel like it has something to do with the money up here because these two together, no, they're 4 and 343. Okay, 183,814. It was the difference. It was the difference. It was the difference, y'all. It was the difference of those. So 1186. Okay, so that's where that 1186 came from. But because we're not dealing with actuals in this column yet, that's why it's slightly different. But okay, so we are at a zero-based budget, and we do have a little bit more than we thought, which is amazing. We'll figure out how to use that later, but we might not because this check is also going to go down because of the extra money going to the 401k. All right, guys, we figured it out. I think we're a little over time, so hopefully this video works out, but I'll pay all my bills and we'll come back to close out this budget together at a later time. I hope you're enjoying these behind the budget. There won't be many. I'm just going to probably do what I'm doing now just to show you at the beginning of the year how I figure everything out so that when you're watching as you go along, you'll understand what I'm doing. If you made it this far and you enjoyed watching the video, please consider subscribing, like, sharing, and of course, hype me up, hype me up. Thanks for watching. Remember, order to be great. You've got to be grateful. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I love you. Mean it. Bye.